What's going on, Mongs? It's me, Semi-Mong, and today we're back on Crowfall, and we're doing an assassin skill showcase. Now, something to note before I get into this is not how to best play the assassin. It's not how to best link all the skills together, and it's not all about statistics, i.e. the damage and the crit hit chance, because all of that can be changed from disciplines and your skills and whatnot. I just wanted to showcase what toolkit the assassin has, what his skills does, or what they do, sorry, past tense, and what they look like in terms of art and animation. Okay, I love all my game design, so I like checking it all out. And the assassin is a favourite of mine. It is a classic MMORPG class. So we're going to kick it off, and we're going to go ahead with his stealth skills. Obviously, he's got a stealth, just like the duelist. Now, he's got 4 stealth skills here that I like to split up into 2 majors and 2 minors. The first one being exposed, just like the duelist. Once you've exposed them, you can see they got a little icon under their name, and the exposed spell just sort of works in conjunction with some other spells, boost their effects and whatnot. And then the second other minor spell, so to say, is his poison dart or his poison toxin. You can just poison someone from stealth, and as you can see, it does a tick of damage every second, potentially second and a half, 55. Nothing too crazy. Could be seen as one of those trolley spells, annoying spells, or if anything, you're just clocking up damage before a big fight. Try and poison as many targets as you can, so to say. So moving on to his 2 major spells that you can see down here. We've got a backstab and we've got a stun. So let me just go behind our target here. The first one is a stun. Now, once again, it works with exposed. So this stun, if they're exposed, will stun them for 5 seconds. But if they're not, it will only stun them for 3. So you want to try and expose your target. Now, something else that is cool about this stun is that CC reduction doesn't affect it. So if you're a knight, a cleric, a templar, and you have some form of stun duration protection, meaning that all of the stuns against you are reduced, this won't help. Like, this will always stun you for 5 seconds or 3, depending if the target is exposed. So let's expose the target. Let's go ahead and stun this guy. So you can see it pops us out of stealth. It gives you a little stun icon underneath, and you sort of do a cool, awesome backflip there as well. I like that. I do like that. Let's go back into stealth to see that again. Oh, and 4. Bam! Like, just sort of backflip from stealth into combat. That's epic. Let's have a look at. Right, let's go on to the other one. I was about to have a look one more time, but no, we've got a lot of skills to get through. Now, the other one is a sort of backstab / ambush. So, as I was saying, sticking to the MMORPG theme of the assassin, you've got stabs, you've got stuns, okay? It really goes like towards the general MMORPG theme. You've even got poisons and toxins and whatnot. It's so cool. But ambush, as you can see, set from the shadows to deliver a lethal surprise attack, causing a set amount of weapon damage, which can be changed through skills and disciplines, and also generates 2 pips. Exposed targets are critically hit and generate an additional pip. So once again, if you expose your target, that means you'll basically be doing more damage, and you'll gain 3 pips instead. So let's have a look at that. 1, let's expose him, and 6, bam, it's like a sweeping claw, like a strike from the side, like one fell swoop. I do like how it's green. It sort of reminds me of the fell stuff from World of Warcraft. Let's do that again. 6, where is it? Bam. So you just come in, and you just literally just attack someone from behind, just absolutely devastate them. And once again, if you've got the expose on, you're going to have more pips there. I need to try and be able to waste my pips just to get rid of them. There we go. That was one of the other skills that I'm about to showcase in a minute. But moving on, guys, those are all the stealth skills. They're pretty self-explanatory. Open up, stun your target, either open up or backstab your target and get some pips. And then we move on to the main toolkit of the assassin, and we're going to start off with backstab. Literally, once again, going with the theme of the assassin, poisons, backstabs, stuns, you've got everything. Now, this is backstab. Run an enemy through with a deadly strike, generating 2 pips and causing a set amount of damage when striking from behind, or only generating 1 pip and only doing a small amount of damage if you do it from any other direction. So you can't really be like it being faced in front of your target. You have to be behind your target. Something to note here is that you can get a discipline that does change the effects of this spell. So you can get a discipline which allows you to basically use backstab no matter what direction you're facing the target, and still get the 2 pips. So it kind of takes the worry away from it, but then you're sort of kind of taken away from the theme. And once again, you could stun your target and then just backstab them, because you'd be behind them anyway. The only problem with this backstab would be if your target's not stunned and you're generally trying to kite them, That's in terms of mobs though. The amount of like giant PvP fights that you could get, that you could probably pop up behind someone, is definitely a viable option. But let's go ahead and have a look at it. Backstab. I need to get myself into combat mode. So this should technically generate us 2 pips and do a set amount of damage. Oh, look at that. It does the green sort of fell effect again. That's cool. Let it regenerate. Bam. A nice decent amount of damage. Just a little bit lower than the ambush from the stealth spell, I'm pretty sure. Let's have a look at that, actually. Let's go into ambush. Look, there we go, 899, and you could backstab them. And look, you're already at full pips, but obviously your target's not stunned. So you, in that like second that you ambushed them, they could turn around, and then you'd lose that 2-pip backstab bonus. It's kind of annoying. Moving on to the next skill, guys, we've got Kidney Shot. So if you notice, Kidney Shot and Cheap Shot are 2 spell names from World of Warcraft. I do like that. I do like how they sort of stuck with the theme. Kidney Shot is just a basic stun. Let me just go ahead and showcase this. It's like a kick. As I said, it's got the green sort of fell animation. I really think they are sort of pulling this off. Sort of, I want to say too cookie cutter to the MMO RPG sort of like assassin theme. But not at the same time. I like the art. I like the animations. I like how they're pulling everything off. But it's just, you know what I mean. Now with the stun, it does like stun for longer depending on pips spent. Now I don't want to go through how all of these spells could work in conjunction with other, but you could see already from the stun you've got here, the opening stun you've got from the stealth, and then obviously the 2 backstabs, or one of them's a backstab. They're both pip generators, but you can see that you've got 2 stuns, 2 pip generators. It is so easy to weave them in and out of each other. It's just getting into the rhythm of it pretty much, and then once you've sort of got into that rhythm, you can start to add in these other 4. Now kicking off with these other 4, you've got Engage. So Engage sort of takes you away from the fight, does a little bit of damage, grants you a pip, and then once you're away from the fight, you can re-engage, doing a little bit more damage, and then getting a damage boost and an extra pip. So it generates 2 pips total, but it's sort of a spell that's split into 2. So you're about to see this now. I'll disengage, there's my 1 pip, and then I can re-engage, do a little bit more damage. As you can see, I've ended up on a total of 2 pips, but also I've got a 10% damage buff. So once again, working into all the other spells, you could then stun them again after you've re-engaged, try and kite around, try and backstab them at the same time, like bam, stun, or the man stuns, like backstab him with the cool fell animation. There's a lot to work with, honestly, guys. Now, moving on to the final 3, kind of takes away from the main aspect or the main theme of the sort of stun, poison, MMO assassin that we've had at the moment. We've got Dagger Storm, which does take pips, unfortunately, but it is a AoE spell that does more damage the more times you use it. So let me press F, bam, Dagger Storm, Dagger Storm. Oh, it doesn't take pips, it takes 1 initial pip. Interesting. I thought it took a pip per time. It seems it takes 1 initial pip for this first Dagger Storm, and then you can do it 3 more times, building up damage. That's cool, I do like that, let's do that. Bam, Dagger Storm, see that's the 1 pip, and then there's the 3 extra, and then there's the next pip to sort of restart the whole process. Interesting. So if you've got 5 pips, by the way, you get a pip per basic attack, for anyone that didn't generally know this. So if you get 5 pips, you can just spam, you could do this 20 times. Literally, just go around just spamming people 20 odd times with different Dagger Storms. Like, yeah, what are you going to do? Pretty cool. I haven't sort of found a main way to like link it in with others. Sorry, that's my phone. But you can see its use. Dagger Storm, high damage, AoE. Moving on to the last 2, we've got a Curse and a Poison. Now, this Curse one, I'm not too sure what it does. You can clearly see that the more pips that you get, the longer the curse lasts. But it says, encircle, I honestly don't know that word. Ensorcel your weapon with a cruel enchantment, causing its damage type to become diseased with the duration scaling. So does that mean it just does extra damage over time, say like a poison would? What was all of that? Did you see all of that? That was a bit weird. I'm just going to chop my phone on my bed before it starts going crazy again. Yeah, why all those numbers popped up? I don't know. But let's have a look. Like, I've got my poison toxin on my weapon. As you can see in the top right, that's what the current 60 tick is. if I press 1, you can see I've got a cursed weapon. Am I doing extra damage? The poison tick doesn't seem to be going up, but am I doing like extra DPS maybe? Am I attacking faster? He's got 1 disease buff on him, look, under his name. So that's the only spell that I'm not quite sure about, Mongs, gamers, whatever you like to be called. Be sure to let me know in the comment section down below, along with if you do know what this does. Like, I have no idea. It's doing something. It's clearly diseasing him in some way. I'm just not quite sure how. So yeah, that's an interesting one. And then finally we've got diffusion. Now I do know what this one does. This works in collaboration with your toxins. So you can get different toxins. You can get poison toxins, advanced poison toxins, nature toxins, disease toxins. Maybe that's what it's about. Maybe it works with a different type of toxin. But then it wouldn't say that your damage type is becoming disease. Interesting. But yeah, this works with different types of toxins. So depending on what toxin you have equipped, when you activate this, that toxin will do an additional effect. So as I said, if I attack this guy, you can see what's there. There we go. Oh, is that my poison? So maybe that's not even a disease icon on him there. That seems to be my poison toxin on him. Alright, so yeah, that last spell confuses me even more. But yeah, that poison toxin is currently applied to him. If I now go ahead and press 4, my poison toxin is now slowing the target as well. Although you can't currently see that because it is just a practice dummy and it's like sort of staying in one place, isn't it? But say like a Confessor, the upcoming Frostweaver, a Ranger, potentially even a Duelist, some ranged classes that are going to try and create distance between you and them for their spells, their skills, and obviously just try and kite them. They're going to have less armor and general mitigation because they're not physical users, they're casters. They're going to try and get the distance, and this is where the poison slow will come in clutch. Chuck on the extra poison, bam, there we go. It does an awesome front flip as well, like the other back flip. And now I'm slowing my target for the next 10 seconds, so it is, I don't know, it adds on to everything. I do like how they've incorporated a slow, but with the poison theme of the assassin as well. Guys, that has been a simple showcase of the assassin's toolkit. If you have not already, be sure to check him out. It's pretty cool. I would like some tips and advice on how best to use him down below in the comment section. Like, I will be using him in the future for gathering and whatnot. So if you have used him before, if you are experienced, let me know in the comment section down below. Of course, anything to do with this spell, much appreciated. But that is all. Thanks for all of the support in the videos, and I shall see you in the next video.